Hi, my name is Nahla Kor, and welcome to my channel. I'll be offering you some personal and professional coaching tips that you can put into action immediately to help you achieve the goals that you most desire. Now, this particular video is inspired by my daughter, who expressed that many students about to graduate college or university are feeling tremendous anxiety about finding professional work in their chosen field of study, especially now in the midst of a global pandemic. So, although this particular video does target young adults about to graduate, I think these tips and techniques can help anyone who's ready to enter the workforce or looking to make a career pivot or career shift. So let's get to those tips and strategies that will help you get your career off the ground. So the 4 tips are, let me just get into them at a very high level, and then we'll do a deep dive into each one of them. The 4 tips are: number 1, declare your superpower. Number 2, craft a resume that truly reflects who you are. Number 3, set realistic job goals. And number 4, grow your network. So number 1, declare your superpower. What do I mean by that? We all have skills, strengths, attributes that are unique to us. I'd like to encourage you at this point to pause the video and stop and think about what makes you special. What are your unique skills, talents, strengths? What do other people tell you? This is not a time to be modest. And you'll find as you create your list, you'll start to see themes emerge. And as those themes emerge, prioritize those and summarize them in a way that, again, feels like this is reflective of you. So for me, for example, I might say I'm an energetic person. I've got good verbal communication skills. I enjoy presenting. I have a gregarious nature. I really enjoy meeting new people. I'm curious. Number 2, craft a resume that truly reflects you. Resumes for students about to graduate should not be longer than 2 pages, and they should be written in plain language. It should include things like your education, your work experience, any part-time jobs you had while in school, if you were in co-op. Also, very important, your interests, your hobbies, skills and attributes that you've acquired in performing those things. Were you a volunteer? All your volunteerism should also be included. So employers know that you're not coming in with a ton of technical job experience that they're hiring you for. What they're looking for are those attributes. Those are a little bit harder to teach than technical aspects of the work. So those attributes include things like relatability, someone who's curious. Are you someone who's coachable? Do you come with a strong work ethic? Do you have strong communication skills? Now, if you want your resume to stand out, avoid using fluff words like I'm a great team player, I've got great time management skills, I'm a great problem solver. That's great, but they're too broad, they're too generic, and not quite sure what those really mean. So again, being more specific, you may want to say something like, demonstrate great time management skills by having maintained a high academic standing, held down a job 20 hours a week, and volunteered for my school papers. Resume formats, there are so many of them out there. That's fantastic. Please avoid cutting and pasting other people's work. Again, remember, it has to reflect you. It has to reflect who you are, because that authenticity is going to shine. Another big word of caution is, before applying to any job, edit your social media presence. Anything that's reflected in your resume that you're going to speak to in a job interview, and you're trying to present yourself a certain way, and then they check you out on Facebook or Instagram and TikTok, and if there's inconsistency in how you're choosing to present yourself versus what they see you out there in the real world doing, it's going to affect your credibility. Speaking of profiles, this is not a plug for LinkedIn, and they're not paying me to say this, but I do encourage you, if you want to become a business professional, you should have a LinkedIn profile. Number 3, set realistic job goals. Yes, I know your parents told you you could be anything you want to be, and you need to shoot for the moon and stars because the sky is the limit. But the reality is that in order to get to the moon and the stars, you have to build a rocket ship. And to build a rocket ship, you have to build the skills. You have to work hard. You have to grow in experience. You have to have a lot of support from mentors along the way. So I'm not trying to rain on your parade here and trying to minimize your potential. It's just that the early steps, if the more realistic they feel, the more attainable, and you're going to start seeing progress, and you're going to be inspired by the progress because you're getting people who are showing interest in who you are. So a realistic job expectation does not have to be your lifelong goal. I'm not suggesting stay small, but it's a start and most likely a stepping stone to other opportunities that are going to open up for you because you're creating that momentum and you're taking action. Now, for me, for example, when I graduated, I wanted to get a foothold in business. I wanted to, frankly, get out of the house, have my own apartment, and have my own car. So, as I mentioned, I graduated with a Bachelor of Commerce, specialized in marketing and organizational behavior. And I thought, what am I going to do with that? I applied for sales positions and I landed a computer sales rep position. Let me tell you, I knew nothing about computers and nothing about sales. Other than, again, when I look back to point one with my skills and attributes, I realized, there's some good alignment there. I enjoy talking to people. I'm curious about them. I'm not terribly shy. I'm a go-getter. I don't take no for an answer easily. So there seemed to be some alignment. And I remember people thinking, oh, you should hold out for those marketing positions. I thought, this is a job. It's decently paid. And again, it's going to help me achieve some of my other goals around becoming independent and out there on my own. So when setting goals, remember, be specific. Don't just say broad things like, I just want to help people, I love helping people, or I'm a great problem solver. What exactly does that mean? How do you want to help people? In what field? Do you want to work indoors or outdoors? Do you see yourself working with your hands? Do you see yourself working more at a computer? Do you want to work in a small organization, medium, large? So really important here to tune in to what excites you, what gives you energy. And again, think back to the first tip. What are some of those skills and attributes that could align really well with a goal statement that you can create? All right, fourth and final point for today's video, build and work your network. Did you know that over 70% of jobs are filled through referrals? They don't even make the job sites like Indeed or Workopolis or LinkedIn. In fact, referrals are so valued that many organizations offer employees incentives if they can refer a friend or a colleague or someone they know for particular positions that are being posted, because they know that that person isn't going to refer someone that they don't feel is going to be a good fit. So that's like having a warm sales lead. And if you are being referred by someone, that will almost guarantee that your resume is going to end up on the top of the pile. And believe me, recruiters are going through hundreds and hundreds of resumes, so it can become a sea of names and words. So in order to ensure that you do get noticed, it is so important to again, speak to your network. So where do you start? You start with your most immediate circle. If you're still in school, talk to your professors. It amazes me that so many people, don't tap into this opportunity. But it's never too late, even if you're in your last year, your last semester, or even just graduated. If you had a professor that you really connected with, they would love to hear from you and they will not turn you away. Also, your parents, your neighbors, your friends. These are all good resources. So again, a good exercise to do here is, get a clean sheet of paper and list all of the people that you know, people that you have worked with, people you've studied with. A very powerful approach that's not very often used to build networks is to ask for informational interviews. Approach people that you admire, that you see doing work that you would love to do, or you're intrigued by or interested in learning more about, and reach out to them. Ask great questions, listen. It's an opportunity for you to really absorb. Take from it what resonates for you, what feels right for you. People love to talk about themselves. Even if they can't help you at the moment, they're going to remember you if you've left a positive impression. And one last tip, if you've invited them for coffee, be sure to pay. It's a small but courteous gesture that goes a long way. So in summary, reflect on and capture in writing what your superpowers are. Remember, this is not a time to be modest. Document these skills and attributes in a resume format that is clear, written in plain language, and no longer than 2 pages. Set realistic job goals that are attainable and that are specific. The more specific you can be, the better people are able to help you. And really build and begin to grow your network. You know more people than you think. Ask for informational interviews and enjoy the process. You're going to learn so much. And if you can reduce your anxiety and worried less, and just again come across with this expansive attitude that says, I'm here to learn, I know I can contribute. And if we're able to suspend some of those fears for a little while and just really see this as a process. So stay tuned for my next video, which is going to focus on building resilience and persevering in overcoming setbacks. So if you like this video, please subscribe and like or comment. I'd love to hear your feedback and any other topics that would be of interest to you. And I will be happy to accommodate in future videos. Thank you and good luck.